thank everyone for coming to celebrate Tony's work of 60 years. I've worked with Tony for 15 or 20 of those now. It was a pleasure to work with him. He was a fantastic artist, as you all know. And yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone for coming. If you have any questions, I'm around. And I wanted to introduce Jane Urquhart. I believe the Urquhart family is here, and it's almost in its entirety, which is great. I see Emily and Aiden was here somewhere.
Aiden has gone off.
Probably went for
We just don't know where he's gone.
Anyway, it's fantastic.
Yes.
And I know there's a lot of friends here, so thank you very much for coming, and enjoy the exhibition.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to say that really this covers practically all of Tony's career, except with one significant minus, and that is his enormously successful career from the ages of about 19 to 25. And I think it's important that we remember that he won all of the Purchase Prizes. He won the Purchase Prize from the Museum of Modern Art, who bought 2 drawings of his when he was 21 or something. And those drawings were part of a drawing show that was exhibited in 2015, and Tony got to go. When they called to say that they were having a drawing show, which the significant catalog, Tony thought it was his friend Ted Fraser putting him on. And so, but he was hung beside Paul Cézanne. He also was collected by the Phoenix Gallery, by the Carnegie Institute, he apparently, according to what I could gather from the AGO archives, because I was 8 years old at the time, he was considered to be, and also one of the 5 that were part of the Guggenheim International representing Canada, which would include, help me, Roald.
I can't do it.
Roald was my old university professor, so I'm thinking you can help me. So I think
There's Charles Gagnon, Jack Shadwell, Rhea Bell,
Right, yes, I was going to say
all the
Rhea
greats
Bell,
of Canada.
yeah.
Yes, all the greats. So that was exciting for him, and but Tony was his favorite painting was Bellini's. I'm going to forget which saint. It's Saint Francis.
Oh, yes, it's in the first.
Saint Francis. Yes.
It's my favorite in print.
Yes, and I think that the reason it was Tony's favorite painting was because although St. Francis is receiving the stigmata as he comes out of the cave, the stigmata is kind of delicate and almost disappearing. And really what he's saying as he comes out of the cave is, there's the world. You know, like the natural world, the built world, the exciting world, and Tony met every day with that enthusiasm. There wasn't anything that he didn't want to draw in the perceived world. He never stopped. He could draw before he could walk, and his mother was a very modest person who didn't brag about anything, but she said, no, this baby could render once he could sit up, he could draw. And he was able to render before he spoke or walked. And so it's like in 3 dimensions, you know, like you've got somebody special on your hands. And they were, of course, I mean, I think the interesting thing is that he lived with a corpse downstairs all the time, and he was perfectly happy, just absolutely blissed out and did many many of the works before he became writer or artist in residence, not such a Freudian slip, at the Mackintosh Gallery in London in 1960, these abstract paintings that were going to the States were done in the sunroom office of the funeral home with his grandmother working on accounts at one end and he painting these big abstract paintings at the other end. And he was just a kid, and he was an ordinary kid in every possible way other than that. So anyway, I'm hoping that we've got together, this is the oldest painting, I believe, the blue one, in 1960. It would have been done in the Mackintosh Gallery because he had a studio there, and right up until the present. And I think that what's extraordinary is that you can take a piece like this and look at something like this that he did toward the end of his life, and you know it's by the same guy. So, you know, he stayed true to himself. He was the opposite of a self-promoter because he didn't want to take the time out from making art to be a self-promoter. He was not a good businessman, but he was an amazing artist. And it was lucky for me that I got to spend half a century with him, and I did spend half a century. So thank you all very much for coming, and I really appreciate it. And I'm sure the rest of the family also really appreciate it.